Good morning students, I am Prakash Tripathi and today I am going to teach you the first poem of your book Flamingo, My Mother at 66. The author, the poetess name is Kamla Das. She is a very sensitive poetess and she is driving from her parents' home to Cochin airport on a Friday morning, and her mother is sitting in the car beside her, and on the way she looks at her mother and what are the thoughts that comes to her mind. How does she feel when she sees her old mother who is almost approaching death, and she describes her feeling, she describes her fear of being separated from her mother, and this mental feeling has been revealed very clearly and beautifully in this poem. Let us read. I will read each and every line of the poem. I will explain you what are the poetic devices used in this, what is the theme of the poem, what is the message of the poem. Everything will be clear to you within 10 minutes. Driving from my parents' home to Cochin last Friday morning, I saw my mother beside me. The narrator saw her mother who was sitting beside her. Doors open-mouthed, her face ashen like that of her corpse, and realized with pain. Her mother is very old, her mouth is open, she is dozed, means she is yawning, she is drowsy, and when the narrator saw her mother, she was disturbed. She realized that her mother's death is coming very soon, and that is why the comparison has been made. The figure of speech used here is a simile. See, her face ashen like that of a corpse. The poetess mother's face is ashen like. The word like comes here, and as soon as the word like comes and two different things are compared, you should always understand that the figure of speech is simile. So her face is compared to the corpse. Now the narrator, the poetess is disturbed. She could not bear this fact, this bitter truth that her mother is going to die. And one of the basic theme of this poem is aging and death. See, aging and death is inevitable. It has to come sooner or later to everybody. One day we all have to die, sooner or later. All are going to become old, and all of us are going to be separated from our near and dear ones. But when we see all these things, we are frightened. We don't want to lose our dear and near ones. So what does the poetess did? She tried to put away the thoughts and she started looking outside of the car. Now here the poetess has used a contraction. See, what does she see? She put that thought away and looked out at young trees sprinting. When she looked out of the car, she saw the trees sprinting. Now, my dear students, I would like to tell you that here the figure of speech is personification. Trees sprinting. Sprinting means running very fast. So, when we are in a car, when we are in a train, the trees and the objects from the opposite direction seems like running. No? They appear to us that they are running in the opposite direction. So the trees are sprinting. Trees are treated as a human being. So the figure of speech is personification. She also saw the children who were coming out of their house, the merry children. Now see the contrast. On one side there is a mother who is 66-year-old, and on the other side there are children who are filled with joy and they are coming out of their houses. So after the airport security check, standing a few yards, now the poetess has reached the airport and she is standing at the airport security check. I looked again at her, worn pale as a late winter's moon, and felt. Now the narrator once again looked at her mother's face. I remember 3-4 years ago, one question was asked in the board exam, why did she look at her mother again? Now there can be different answer for this, Actually, the real reason is not given why did she look at her mother again. But here you can use your own imagination. And my dear students, I would like to tell you that CBSE gives you marks for your own imagination and for your own thoughts. You can write that this is a natural habit. Whenever we go to see of someone, we try to cherish, we try to keep the image of the people from whom we are going to be separated. So it's a natural habit that we turn back and look again. So you can also say that the poetess was not sure that she might find her mother alive again when she come back. So that is why she wants to look her face again. Now, another comparison is done here. Her face has been compared. Wan means colorless, pale as a late winter's moon. Mother's face has been compared to late winter's moon. During the winter, the moon does not appear or look as bright as it looks in the other seasons because of the mist, fog. So the brightness of the moon has disappeared. In the same way, the brightness or the color of the poetess mother has disappeared. That is why a very beautiful comparison has been made. Again, the figure of speech is simile here. Now, familiar ache my childhood's fear. That fear comes back. Whenever a child is small, he always fear of losing his or her parents. Last year you must have learned in the chapter The Lost Child. You can just get the picture of that lost child when he loses his parents. The same fear comes back to the narrator's mind, that what will happen if I lose my mother. Means she is afraid that her mother is approaching death. All I said was, see you soon, Amma, and all I did was smile and smile and smile. Now these parting words, smile and smile and smile, do you think the poetess is really smiling? No. She is trying to hide her fear. She is trying to give assurance. These parting words are assurance to her mother. She knows somewhere in her mind that when she would return, her mother might not be there. But she is quite positive. She puts a brave face and says that, see you soon, Amma, and she tries to smile again and again. Here again one figure of speech is there. Familiar ache my childhood fear. The sound F is repeated here. The figure of speech is alliteration. When the sound repeats, the figure of speech is alliteration. And smile and smile and smile, that is called repetition. The word smile has been repeated continuously. So this poem, actually there is a message in this poem that all of us have to undergo the pangs of loneliness. A day will come when everybody would become old, when everybody would meet his or her death. And there is a message also in the poem. The poetess wants to convey us that the old people, they need our help, they need our care, they need our sympathy, love, and the caring attitude should be adopted to our parents. Because they have suffered a lot, and in the end they need our cooperation, because they feel insecure, and that insecurity is also revealed in the poetess mind when she feels that she is going to lose her mother. So dear students, I have tried to explain each and every line, each and every difficult words. I have tried to give you the theme, the message of the poem. Read the poem thoroughly and have a great day. Thank you.